Happy What Should I Do Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful middle of your week. I know I kind of am. I'm extremely tired. I didn't sleep for anything last night, which I know nothing new, but last night was really bad. Like, I just tossed and turned. I had a lot on my mind. I couldn't get comfortable. I was hot and I was cold, and then my muscles were really sore from working out. I mean, like, I got my butt kicked Monday, and I am feeling it. Like, yesterday was bad. The second day after your workout is always worse. And the downfall of that is I go back today. Like, today's our second workout day. So I know that midway through my workout, I'll probably feel a lot better because I'm moving my muscles again and, like, firing them, and the lactic acid is, like, getting out of my muscles because that builds up and causes you to be sore in the first place. And so I know, but then as soon as class ends, I'm going to be far worse than I was on Monday. But that's okay because I really enjoy it and I need it. Like, I know that today will be a bad day where I just get to go beat the crap out of someone or something with boxing gloves, and I'm completely fine with that. It's just, like I said, it was one of those weekends, and so when today's workout will be fantastic. Like, I'm super excited about it, even though I'm insanely freaking sore. And then I had to get up early today because my oldest daughter had her back to school, like, well checkup visit, and she's perfectly happy, perfectly healthy, just in a tiny package, just like her mama. She is 4'3" and 55 pounds, and she's 9 years old, which is exactly how I was at that age. Itty bitty teeny tiny. I think it's like she's like in the 15th or 16th percentile for her weight, and she's like in the 25th percentile for her height, which anything below the 50 percentile is, like, for anybody who has kids knows that that's, like, below average for their little growth scale or whatever. And then you have my other daughter who is, you know, like, in the 60th percentile for her weight and, like, the 75th percentile for her head. It's ridiculous. Like, she's the complete opposite. But she gets it, honestly. I'm teeny tiny. I've always been short and little, and there's never been a lot to me. So she gets it, honestly, but as long as she's happy and healthy, which she is, I'm completely fine with. And so we got that taken care of, so she's all geared up to start back to school in a couple of weeks, thank God. Like, they cannot go back to school fast enough. Like, I am so ready for them to go back to school. They're getting to that point in summer vacation where they've been around each other so much now that they're driving each other crazy, which in tune drives me crazy. So I'm ready for them to go back to school. But other than that, it's been fine. It's been good. I've had a good week. It's been busy, but it's to be expected. I've got friends coming into town this weekend, which I'm super, super excited about. And then I leave next weekend to go to Michigan for my best friend's wedding, which I'm super excited about. I'm her maid of honor, and I cannot wait to just be there and watch her marry her best friend and spend that time with her. And so I'm super excited about that. But we are not here to talk about wedding plans and travel and sore muscles and whatever. We are here for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions that you guys either ask me all up on the Facebook page or that you message me. And actually, this week, I got all of our questions off of the page. They were kind of page discussion questions, and instead of giving my answer on the page, I chose to take those questions and put them in today's video to give my answers to them. And it's a short little list, but it's going to be fun, so here we go. Our first question is, do you think time passes differently for spirits than for the living? I really like this question because it's kind of one of those noodle scratchers. I think personally that spirits in the spirit world doesn't really have a sense of time. I think that they are kind of in a realm where time is not relative. And so I think that they are constantly in a state of internal chaos, to put it like that's like the best way I can put it. You know, with us, we there's a sense of time. There's time for everything. You know, you look at the clock, you look at your phone, you look at your watch, you look at whatever, and there's a time to go with it. There's times with the sun, there's times with this. And when you're in the spirit world, I think that everything is just continuous. I don't think that there's a sense of time. I don't think you're able to keep track of time. Your energy and your soul, your spirit, I think is just kind of floating in a place where time does not exist. I think that's what allows spirits from the past, you know, way back, you know, ancient time, you know, colonial times, Civil War, I think that's what allows them to be present in our world, and to be able to make contact with us now. You know, I think that they don't have a sense of time, and so they don't know that it's not 1836 anymore. They don't realize that it's 2015. You know, they don't realize that all this time has passed. I think a lot of times spirits don't even know that they're dead in the first place. So it really makes you wonder what they see. You know, it's like, what does the spirit see? Does the spirit still see 1856? You know, when you move into someone's home who, say, their spirit still haunts the home that they grew up in as a child and it was 1832, does that home still look like it does, you know, it did when they passed away? Does it still look the same, or does it look modern? Does it look different? You know, there's been evidence to point to both. There's evidence that points to that they see things and they understand things the way that it used to be, and then it's pointed to there's curiosity with new technology, cameras, equipment, so on and so forth. And so I think that it does pass differently because I don't think time exists in the spirit world. I think that it's just kind of an abyss that a spirit energy just kind of floats and gravitates in, and they just don't really have the sense of time that we do. So that's my answer to that, yo. Moving on. Our next question is, what advances do you think will be made in the next 10 years in the paranormal world? I really like this one. I think that a lot of advances will be made in the next 10 years. I mean, a lot of advances have been made in the past 10 years. I think it's going to be all technology based, and I think it's going to be able to, I think there's going to be a lot of real-time evidence caught, you know, real-time video, real-time audio, real-time evidence that can just, you know, just be caught right then. You know, we don't have to do playback. We don't have to record and then find it. We don't have to, you know, I think that there's going to be technology that allows us to see those things happen as they take place. And we're already getting there. You know, we have things like the Kinect Cam, and we have like the real-time EVP, the Spirit Box. We have these things that can help, that are getting there, but I think they're only going to get better in the next 10 years. I think that our understanding of the paranormal is going to get better, and that is going to allow us to be able to put the paranormal kind of on a scientific pedestal, finally. It's really hard for scientists, who are strictly scientists, to say that the paranormal is a science, because you can't put it in a lab and you can't replicate it. You can't run an experiment on a ghost. It's not possible. And right now. And so, and I don't know as it ever will be, because I think that you have to have the right environment, and you have to have the right timing and the right people for a haunting to take place. And so it's going to be very hard. You know, it's not the Ghostbusters. You can't get ectoplasm and put it in a box and send it off to the lab and, you know, tear through it and look at it. It doesn't work that way. And so I think, though, that we're going to get more audio and visual evidence to support our claims of the paranormal. We've already made like major strides in the last 10 years, just with the advances in the EVPs and the millimeters and the spirit boxes and the cameras, and just the ability to see things that we weren't able to see before and capture evidence that we weren't able to see before. And it's only going to get better from there. I think that as more people tune into another world, I think that we're making the paranormal world more, like, we're making the spirit world more pronounced, and therefore it's giving more people a desire to do better and be better and make better advances. I mean, it's really cool to know that you can go to college now and get a degree in paranormal investigation. Like, you can go and get a college degree in this. Like, there, you can take classes and learn things and learn how to use all this equipment and learn to be an investigator. and have a degree in it. 10, 15, 20 years ago, that wasn't even possible. And so that just shows you right there the advances that we're making, that colleges are willing to offer this to someone who's really passionate about it, saying, I want to go to school, in paranormal investigation. It's usually a division of, some like crime scene tech or, criminal justice, but it's available to you to do. And that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible and so cool to me that you're able to do something like that. So I think it's just going to boil down to the equipment that we use, and as technology advances, I think that technology is going to be put into the paranormal world and do great things for evidence capturing and just investigating in general. So stay tuned. Our final question is, if you could spend a moment in the spirit world, would you? As long as I get to come back and talk about it, yeah, I'm down. I think that it's a good and bad thing. I think that, or potentially good, potentially bad. I think that a lot of questions would be answered. However, if you have like a near-death experience, or you have a time, you have a moment to step into the light for all, intents and purposes or whatever, you have a moment to step into behind the curtain and see behind the veil, and then you come back, I think that it's good in a sense that you may have answers that others don't, and I think it's bad because you may have answers that others don't. Along with what could or could not come back with you. We've talked about spirit attachment and hitchhikers and, spirits coming back with you from a near-death experience and kind of wreaking havoc on your lives for whatever reason. So, I think there's pros and cons to it. I don't think anybody wants to die and come back. I don't think that's on anybody's bucket list, to have like a near-death experience, but it does happen, and it's, people are put into situations that does occur. And so I think that if I was given the opportunity, no strings attached, no limit, whatever, to kind of look behind the veil and see what's on the other side, I think that, I think anybody would do it. Curiosity killed the cat, right? It's like, it makes you wonder. Especially when you're in the paranormal, you're curious about, you want to know what the spirit world is like, what they see, what they hear, how they feel, what their emotions are, if they have them, what happens in their world. And I think that if anybody was given the chance that's in our, area of interest, the paranormal and the unknown, I think that we'd all be a little curious. But there's a lot that could go into that would be negative. You may hear and see things that you don't want to hear and see. Things that you thought to be true may not be true, and now you're disappointed. You bring back things with you that you didn't intend to, or didn't want to, and now you're dealing with that. There's just a lot that could go into it. But I think if I was given the chance, I don't know if I could say no. I really don't know if I could say no or not. It would just depend on the situation, I guess. But like, if you handed me, a key to the other side and said, open the door and just look. It's like a kid, don't look, and you look anyway. I think it's just curiosity gets the best of people, and so it's very possible. I think I would do it. I'm pretty adventurous, and I'm pretty kind of off the wall and out there. So I don't know. I think I would. Like, it would scare me. I think it'd be. The unknown is always scary, but why not? Try anything once, twice if you like it. YOLO, right? But that is all I have for What Should I Do Wednesday. I will be back on Friday for GA Flashback Friday, where I recap one of our past episodes of Ghost Adventures. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Much love and happiness.